Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this webinar that is organized by WeUni in partnership with emlyon Business School. My name is Carolina. It's really nice to meet you all. Today, I'll be your host for this webinar with emlyon Business School. This webinar will be about a really interesting topic. Actually, we will talk about many different courses. We will learn something more about the business education. So we will learn something about the courses in management, but also in hospitality, in sports and management, sustainability, supply chain. So we'll go with a really interesting overview of the educational offer of emlyon Business School. So this webinar will introduce the emlyon programs that support different paths, also highlighting the career opportunities, the international exposure, but also the support that is provided by the Career Center that is in contact with emlyon Business School. Also, today we will have the occasion to learn some very internal testimonials because we have some students with us today that will tell us something more about their experience, the life at emlyon Business School, how they are living with the other students, the community, and the courses, of course, the professors, and actually the life at emlyon Business School. So, of course, since you have the possibility to hear the testimonials and something about emlyon, you will also have the possibility to interact with the speakers because you can do all the questions that you want. We will go through them at the end of the webinar. So you can write all the questions in the Q&A box here, and we will read them at the end of the presentation. Of course, as you can see here, I will not be alone. We will have some really interesting panelists today. We are here with Yasmin. She is the representative for these programs that we'll learn today about. And also we have...
Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome. We have Theodore and Ujwala. They are two students, current students at emlyon Business School. So we'll learn something more also from them. And also, I would also like to remind you that if you're interested in receiving the certificate of attendance for this webinar, you will receive the link at the end. In the meantime, I see also Philippe that is connecting, and other students that is connected with us today. Hi, Philippe.
Hello, sorry for the delay. I sent you a message, but after all, I'm here, so all good.
No problem. We just began the webinar, so no problem. Don't worry. Okay, so since we have a really full agenda today, I think that I can leave the floor to Yasmin for the first part of the presentation. And so enjoy this webinar and see you in a couple of minutes.
So hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for being with us today for this webinar with Uni. So today we will be talking about emlyon Business School, obviously. We will talk about our programs, different courses, international management, so the master in management in general, and some master's specializations that we offer. So to start, I will give you the summary. We will talk about, as I said, emlyon Business School. We will go more in depth about the international management programs and some specializations we offer. I will mention also briefly the summer school that we offer. Then I will give the word to the students who are with us today to share their experiences at emlyon. I will go after more in depth about the application process, and we will do a focus on the digital exams that you have to pass with us. So first of all, let's start. Why emlyon Business School? First of all, it's actually emlyon is one of the oldest business schools in Europe. We were founded in 1872, so a long time ago. We are among the top 1% of business school with the 3 international accreditations. So we have the AACSB accreditation, EFMD, and the AMBA accreditation. So thus, it justifies our status as a world-class business school. Second, actually, we are employability is very important to us. emlyon has been ranked in the University Impact Ranking in 2025 as the second business school in France. Sorry, in terms of employability. And we were also ranked with the Global Employability University ranking as the second business school in France. So we have in total 95% employment rate within 3 months. all of our programs together. How do we support this employability? We offer a lot of services, actually. First, we have the career services, and our students has access to the career service up to 3 years after graduations. They organize career events. They have one-to-one meetings. They organize also meetings with companies, multiple online and physical events. And actually, if you want to book, for example, an appointment with a career counselor at the school, it is totally possible. If you have an interview coming up, or you want help writing your motivation letter, prepare your resume, it's possible to book an appointment with our career service. We will talk a little bit more about it in the slides after. We also have the Makers Lab. Maybe the students after can share their experience about the Makers Lab. It's actually a fab lab inside the school. We have one in Paris and one in Lyon. You will have access to a lot of tools, a lot of computers with the latest softwares to use. It encourages creativity for students. They always have a project to work on in the Makers Lab. There is 3D stations. You can also book an appointment with a counselor to help you and guide you how to use these machines. So it's a creative fab lab, I would say. Then you have the alumni network, a very important network, and I will give you more details about it just after. And you have, of course, a close contact with the teaching staff. The professors, the program directors are very accessible. So if you need advice, some tips, or you have some questions, they will always be available to answer. So I wanted to give you an insight about all the events that the career service offers during the entire year. There is some online and physical events. So as you can see, it's very dense from October to April. The most important event, I would say, is the Career Forum organized in Lyon, in our main campus in Lyon in January. Last year, we had 250 companies on campus. Students came from our Paris campus also to try to get an internship or permanent contracts. You have also another online event, which is very important in February. But of course, depending on the sector, the industry, you have an entire program, online and physical, to help you boost your career, of course. Second, we also offer a lot of webinars to help students build their career. So you have, for example, some events about working in France for foreigners, how to rock your LinkedIn profile. You have get ready for the career forums before the event. You have salary negotiation. So it's all of these are tools to help you boost your career, find a job, and of course to boost your employability globally. And it's destined to all of our students, from the bachelor degree to the executive education through the master in management, master of science, etc. It's open to everyone in English and in French. So I just wanted to give you some insights about the services that are offered by the Career Center at the emlyon Business School. So then about the alumni network. Actually, it's a network. We have 48,000 alumni around the world. It's very interesting, actually, to meet old students. I was in Munich for a professional trip, and I had the chance to organize an event for the alumni based in Munich in Germany. And we had 25 people. There were some graduated in 2005, 2010, 2015, up to 2025. So it was actually very nice to meet all of them, and then to also get them to meet each other. The conversations were very interesting. They exchanged LinkedIn accounts. So we always organize these types of events. This year we had an event in Mexico, in Canada, in Japan, in Peru also. So it's a quite interesting network. It's actually an application you upload on your computer or on your mobile phone, and you have an access to an interactive map. On this map, you can select a country, and you can see all the alumni that work there, their contacts, and how you can reach out to them. There is even a mentor program. We can match students with the alumni, and they can help them in their career, in their in their future if they need. So it's spread across 130 countries. We organize 200 events and meetings each year. We have 200 volunteer alumni ambassadors in each country that help us organize and keep the network alive. And there is actually communities within the alumni network, thematic and geographic, about 50. And actually, we have, for example, a community for those who work in real estate, for those who work in luxury, for those who work in sales. It could be also by country, by city. So they can keep in touch, some WhatsApp groups to meet and network together. So it's a very, as I said, a living network, and you have access to this network from day one at emlyon and for life for free. There is no it's free, actually. There is no payment needed to join this network. So I wanted to present to you also our brand new campus in Lyon. Maybe the students also can share after some their experiences at the new campus. Actually, it's the second year. So we are based in Lyon in the 7th district in the heart of the city. We have 30,000 square meters, including 7,000 square meters of collaborative spaces and 1,600 square meters dedicated to student life. You can check a little bit. We have here what we call Cœur Battant, the heart of the campus. A lot of events are organized here, and actually the career forum was organized there. The campus transforms all the time, depending on the events, the period of the year, if it's Christmas, Chinese New Year, professional events, Women's Day. So it's very interesting to see the campus moving all the time. This space is very important to students and to our staff. Then we have also a campus in Paris, located also in the heart of Paris in the 11th district, right in front of the Gare de Lyon train station. It's 5,500 square meters located from Gare de Lyon, as I said, and we welcome more than 2,000 students on this campus. So I will present to you the programs that we offer, the general management program, and some specializations offered in the MSc and master programs. So first of all, we have the Master in Management, what we call also in French Programme Grande École. It's in our campus in Lyon. There is many mobility opportunities. We have more than 200 partnership universities all around the globe. If you want to go to the United States, Latin America, Australia, India, Africa, a lot of options are possible. It's a program between 2 and 3 years, depending on the diploma you have before, of course. The Master in Management is actually ranked 4th in France and prepares students for a global career in innovation, outstanding international employability. It's one of our start programs, I would say. So targeted jobs, I put some examples, but it's much more diverse than this, obviously. Don't hesitate to go on our website, and you can see in the career part some ideas that could maybe inspire you. So you can be a strategy consultant, M&A analyst, sales director, HR manager, and it's actually to be in executive positions for the Master in Management. Then we offer also an MSc in International Hospitality Management. It's in partnership with Institut Life based in Lyon, one of the best hospitality schools in the world. There is international mobility in Las Vegas, USA. The program is between 12 and 24 months. It helps you master the business of hospitality with international experiences, innovation, and of course, French excellence. This program is ranked 4th in France, and as I said, delivered by EM Lyon and Institut Life. For the targeted jobs, you have the revenue manager, hotel resort manager, food and beverage manager, guest experience manager. A lot actually of our alumni work in luxury hotels around Europe or everywhere in the world. We have students in Mauritius, we have students in Latin America, in Seychelles. So it's quite an international program. Then we offer the MSc in Global Innovation and Entrepreneurship. This program is actually 18 months. It has a very international dimension. Actually, the students do 3 months in Lyon, in our campus. Then they go for 3 months in Finland, Oulu Business School. And for the little story, Oulu Business School is the business school that is located in the northern part of the planet. So you will be studying under minus 25 degrees, but the environment is quite special. It's an experience. Students are there right now. They will be leaving in 2 weeks, but we received some photos and it seems nice. They are doing some ski and discovering a new environment. And actually, Oulu is known for sustainability. That's why we send students there, because this program, the aim of the program is to form students and entrepreneurs that are socially responsible. So we have students doing entrepreneurship, or you can also do entrepreneurs, so work in big companies. You can work in innovation project manager also. We have an alumni working as a innovation project manager at BMW, for example. So it opens also, you can be entrepreneur, but you can also work in big companies. Then we have the MSc in Sports, Entertainment and Lifestyle. This is actually a program that is quite unique on the market. You find some programs in sports, but the convergence between the 3 elements, sports, entertainment and lifestyle, is quite unique. So it's taught in our campus in Paris. And you have an academic exchange in Canada, in HEC Montréal, HEC Montreal, and University Laval. This program is between 12 and 24 months, depending on the degree you have before. If you have a 4-year bachelor degree, you can join in the 2nd year directly, of course. So you can, it's to join a major sports or media brand, launch your own venture, manage talent, experiences. You can work as a marketing manager in sports, entertainment, in lifestyle also, regarding brands, for example, like Nike, Adidas, Patagonia, the North Face. For the entertainment part, we had people who worked on the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Paris. So it's always linked to sports, but it opens much more doors than only to work in sports. So you can work, as I said, as a marketing manager, marketing analyst, product manager, sports project manager. And as I said, these are examples. So you can obviously check the website and see the careers that we offer. Then we have another program, which is the MSc in Supply Chain and Operations Management. It's a program taught in Lyon on our campus. There is international mobility in Morocco and Barcelona, depending on the specialization you choose in the 2nd year. Same, it's a 2-year program, but you can join in the 2nd year. It actually opens doors to work in supply chain, to launch an international career and target executive positions in the logistics sector. You can work as a supply chain manager, project manager, purchasing manager, production unit manager. And actually, we have some students who work in risk management. It's an important part of the program, and it's an up-to-date subject. It includes actually cybersecurity, geopolitical risks, the transportation of chemicals. So it's it's a small market, but it recruits a lot nowadays. So maybe explore this option. Then we offer the MSc in Management of Energy Transitions. We have Philippe with us, who's actually part of this program. So maybe he will share more of his experience. It's in Paris, actually. Sorry for the mistake. And you have an international mobility in Shanghai, China. The program is 18 months, and it's actually to help you master essential technological skills to deepen your understanding of energy systems. So the students will be trained to lead energy transformation in a sustainable and innovative context. You can work as an energy auditor, market analyst, energy consultant, and in climate and carbon manager. Then we have the MSc in Leading Sustainable Transformations that is also on our campus in Paris. You have an international mobility in London, UK. The program is also 18 months. And actually, organizations and companies are now seeking professionals with expertise in change management. So this program will actually allow you to do so. You can work as a climate risk analyst, change project manager, or chief sustainability officer. Last but not least, we have the MSc in Strategic Intelligence and Global Risk, which is actually a new program. It's based in Paris, on our campus in Paris, also an international period. The destination is being confirmed, but if you have questions, you will have the email address at the end of this presentation, and you can ask your program advisor. So it's an 18-month program. It helps students master analytical methods to provide economic and political leaders with strategic insights that are actually necessary to make decisions, strategic decisions. You can work as a lobbyist, as a knowledge manager, analyst, or auditor. And actually, it's an up-to-date subject, as you all know. So it's a very interesting sector and recruiting a lot right now. So you have the QR code here. If you want to check more in depth the programs we offer, you have a lot of details, a lot of information on the website. Don't hesitate to do a screenshot or to access the website right now, and you can have access to all of our programs. So there is quite a few QR codes for now. The second one is actually for UniBuddy, which is a platform that puts the student ambassador in contact with prospective students. So you can actually chat on live with current students through this platform. So don't hesitate to scan the QR code. And if you have questions, it's also very nice to talk to fellow students like you. They were in your position maybe a few months ago. So it's always interesting to get their review and their advice. I'll give you some seconds maybe to scan the code. So last QR code, we have a quiz that you can take in less than 5 minutes to discover which Master or Master of Science program fits you the best. It could maybe inspire you a little bit, so don't hesitate to take the test. So last, I will be talking about the summer school. It's actually a program that emlyon offers to give students an immersive academic and cultural experience. You can join emlyon Business School for a few weeks in our campus in Paris or in Lyon. One of the most dynamic cities in France and in Europe. It's programs that are totally taught in English, and you can earn up to 12 ECTS credits. You can, for example, if you have some hesitation, if you want to explore the city before, or you want to have a short international experience coming from abroad, it could be actually a good access point or a good door to access emlyon. The application is through our website. You have the link here. And if you have questions, you have, of course, the email address here. You can follow 1 or 2 models according to your career plan. It could be a little boost to your career to have a certification from emlyon. It could be in an entrepreneurship startup culture, the French Tech Way, in AI, data, future of business. It could be in health tech, bioinnovation in Lyon's Life Science Valley. Lyon actually is very known for pharmaceutical and biology companies. It could be in business of gastronomy, wine and hospitality, or in luxury, fashion and sustainable business in France. These are the models. The prices go from 2,800 to 5,100, sorry. And as I said, if you have questions, you can write directly to the website, to the email address, sorry, noted here. So I will give the word to Carolina, and she will be talking to our student ambassadors. I'll give the word to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation and for all the information. I take this occasion to remind to all the students connected that you will have the possibility to rewatch this webinar if you have missed anything. Also, if you want to maybe scan again the QR code and taking some information, because we are recording this session and we will put the link, the webinar on YouTube, and we will send you the link, of course. So don't worry. Okay, so we have with us 3 students today. I think that we can begin with Ujwala. She is a student in the Master in Leading Sustainable Transformation. So welcome, Ujwala. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Can you talk about your experience in general at emlyon?
Yeah, sure. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. So my general experience at emlyon has been great. Right from the start when I was applying, it was very smooth sailing. There's a lot of touch points for students, whether they're already enrolled or whether they're potential students. So I always had that platform where I could connect, where I could ask all my questions. And as for the program, it's leading sustainable transformation. So there's that leading part. There's a lot of emphasis on leadership because, as Yasmin was saying, we really delve into change management. That's a very big part. And then obviously, because it's sustainable transformations, we have all the business courses where sustainability is integrated throughout. So we have the typical business classes like operations and finance, branding, all of that stuff. And then we do a lot of projects, and we get to choose like either sustainability topics, or we'll choose particular companies we're interested in, and we can look at specific issues in regards to sustainability and then sort of tackle how we would lead the change in those areas. So it's been very insightful. We've gotten to learn a lot. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. And where are you from?
I'm from India.
Okay, great. And did you find any issues, any problems while you were doing the phase of the application process, also the document submission and so on?
No, it was actually pretty, like as I was saying, there's a lot of touch points. So in India, we have a coordinator. Her name is Diksha. She was who I was in contact with. And anytime I had any issues, she was always available over WhatsApp, or I could call her. So I always had somebody to reach out to in case I had any issues. And there were quite a few times when I reached out to her, both before applying and after my application was submitted, even during the entire visa process, if I ever needed anything. Yeah, she was always there, and she was very, very helpful.
Perfect. Then another question for you, I think that could be, what was your first impression of the campus when you arrived?
It's very sustainable because um, I'd, like when you come in, so one of the first things I noticed, obviously, anyone who comes to school, the first thing we do is we get a cup of coffee. There are no plastic cups. We all have, we're given these emlyon cups, and everybody, even now, like everybody brings them. And it's about like refilling everything. And just the entire setup, like the chairs, the tables, everything's a very minimalistic design. And then it's just a very, very sustainable campus. And in fact, we actually, one of the first days that we came in, one of our questions that we were asked was, if you imagined this campus in the next maybe 10, 15 years, how would you make it more sustainable? Because we're doing the sustainability masters. And a lot of us were like, well, it's already pretty sustainable. We don't know. So that was my first impression.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I think that we can go with Philippe. He is a student
course.
in the Master in Management of Energy Transition. So again, if you want to talk in general about your experience at emlyon, first of all.
So I think that I completely agree with what Ujwala said, and I'm on the Paris campus. So just to remind the people who are watching us, I've had overall a great experience with emlyon from applying to then. For example, I never had any problems in my application. I did everything by myself pretty smoothly. Of course, that if you hesitate on the program, in my case, I was pretty sure of the program that I wanted, so that wasn't an issue in my case. But let's say that the applying experience and the contacts, everything was provided. I didn't need any help on my part. It was up to me. But I knew that I could get the help and I could get like the information if I needed to for some specific reasons. But it was overall a very smooth experience. Applying was very easy, almost, I would say. It wasn't too complicated for me. And mind you, I didn't apply. I wasn't in France, so I'm French. But when I was applying, I was in Italy for my mobility period from my previous studies. And even applying from abroad without being able to come to the open door days, it was pretty smooth. We are the first generation from this master, so I didn't have the chance to reach out to someone from the previous generations. But that's why I'm encouraging the people who are watching us, do not hesitate to contact us because we can actually give you very, very precious information about the program and even stuff that I wish I had found out before. But no, overall a great experience. We started in late September. It was overall also a very smooth experience, no problem whatsoever. I've been to the Lyon campus just a couple times, so I don't really know it a lot. But the one in Paris is indeed very sustainable. It has also it's a very nice place where to be, and it's overall a very very pleasant experience.
Great, thank you. And in your experience, when you have entered in the course, the professors were available in case you had any questions or if you wanted some more information. How is the relationship with the professors and also with the other students in the campus?
Yeah, so I can talk about our program. We are a pretty small group, so we are not like 10,000 students. So communication with the professors and overall with the staff, not only the professors, is pretty. We have great communication. First, all the professors are pretty reachable. You can contact them even before the course starts if you have like a specific questions. They are pretty available. We have sometimes Teams channels with them, or or various channels of communication. They answer pretty smoothly. We've never had any issues with any professors, honestly speaking. And according to what I saw, even the bigger groups on the Paris campus are not like, again, 10,000 students. So you can reach out to the professors and have an overall very, very good relationship with them because you actually get to know them a little bit more. Since we are around 15, it's not very difficult in that. So yeah, very, very smooth experience. And also the staff is very present. We have our coordinator, Aista, who is amazing, and she's always here to answer our questions, help us with whatever we need. And I think that in my case, as I said, I'm French, I come from Paris, so all of the administrative part for me wasn't a problem, but I know that they've been very helpful for the students who come from abroad and need help with the health insurance, with a lot of different things like that. And yeah, so I know that no matter the reason, you will be helped if you come on the Paris campus.
Thank you so much. And I think we can go with Theodore now. Theodore is a student in the Master in Management. So again, Theodore, do you want to share your experience in general?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I can maybe begin by introducing myself. So as Carolina has said, I'm a Master's in Management student at emlyon. I began my Master's in Management in September 2025, so it's quite recent, but I came to Lyon, to emlyon's brand new campus, as was said by Yasmin and Ujwala. It is indeed very sustainable, but I think more importantly, what struck out to me was it's very modern. I think we're only like the second year, the second cohort that gets to benefit from this campus, and so indeed everything is new. The facilities are great. You get to be in a very clean environment that's just clearly very very work oriented and inspired by I want to say efficient workspaces. As Yasmin said, we do have a fab lab, which is inspired clearly by Silicon Valley, work theories. So we do get to benefit from that great work environment. More importantly, I think that my experience has been a very, very positive one for other reasons. Clearly, what drew me to emlyon is the employability factor. So Yasmin did get to talk about that earlier in the presentation, but I think we're all aware of current employability crises, I mean around the world where no one's immune to that. But emlyon understands that a lot of people are going to a business school to be able to get that job offer on the other end, and they're very well aware of that. So there's a huge focus on career forums, career preparedness, being able to tackle that step as best as possible. So in my case, for instance, I was helped to get a summer internship for the upcoming summer, and it's exactly as well in the industry I wanted, but I did get the guidance I hoped I would get. So the numbers do reflect the actuality here in emlyon. But also, I think that a big part of the reason why emlyon is a great school is, well, I'd say two things. I know I've said multiple things before, but I was going to say the student life here is great, but that's due to two things. Firstly, Lyon is a city which is very vibrant. It's beautiful. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of students, but more importantly, that's really supported by the fact that emlyon puts a huge focus on extracurricular activities, associations, clubs. You have a lot of opportunities to participate in clubs. to get involved. And all of these clubs, in turn, their objective is to try and get people out, people engaged. They do organize a lot of events. So whether they're professional, whether they're to meet people, whether they're to go out, to discover new things, all of these things are covered. So I'd say that the scope of activities you can do in emlyon, the people that you'll meet, are really great as well. So it's been quite a large summary, but I'd say that those are the main points that I want to address when I talk about emlyon and my experience there.
Perfect, thank you. You already actually answered to some of my questions, but anyway, I think that we can also concentrate on, for example, what is the most challenging things that you are experiencing since you have begun your master? Of course, it is recent, the beginning of your master.
Mhm.
But did you find any difficulties or even something that maybe put you in a challenging situation, but maybe also sort of something that can build also your skills?
Yeah. So maybe I should preface this by saying that I am French. So a lot of Philippe was saying a lot of the administrative issues, maybe the settling in issues, integration issues, I may not have had to deal with them, but I am part of the international program. So the people that I'm surrounded by are international, and from my experience, I do interact with them, and I do think that they're able to interact very well with other people. So in terms of integration, there's never been an issue there. I'd say the work as well has been clearly assigned and clearly delivered. So that hasn't been too much of an issue. What was challenging definitely was trying to find an internship, was applying to jobs, and particularly that's hard when you're trying to manage that with the workload that you're given at school. So that was particularly challenging. I mean, the time management is difficult, but as I said before, you're given resources, given time and opportunities to be able to do both, to juggle both. So I think the skill that you get out of it is definitely time management. You get some independence as well. You do learn how to get some autonomy. And be able to do things, guide yourself, do things alone, and be able to get direction. And those things I think are important as well, and they translate to the professional careers that many of us aspire to pursue.
Thank you so much. And then I think that I have last questions for all of the free students that we have today. And it is, if you have to give a suggestion to a potential student that is maybe evaluating to be at emlyon Business School, which suggestion would you give?
I mean, I don't know. Since I'm unmuted, I can maybe go
Yes,
first,
yes,
and
if you want.
my colleagues can complement. But yeah, so again, what I would say is that the numbers for emlyon are very attractive, but a big part of why people enjoy their time at emlyon is the connections you make, both professional and through your friends, even through the city. I mean, I know a lot of people that have come to Lyon and completely fell in love with the city. The city itself is very nice, but also you're in the sweet spot where you're close. I mean, they're not next door, but you're very close to, I'd say Paris, the mountains, the sea, those things are all commutable, and people like to take advantage of that situation. So I would say that beyond the actual amenities that you get to benefit from, the career that you can work towards, there's also an aspect that's hardly accurately, I'd say, described in the numbers, and that's the student life that you get to benefit from, and that's a real big asset of the school.
Thank you. And how about Philippe?
Yeah, I completely agree. So I'm not in Lyon, so for me, my experience is a bit different, let's say, on that aspect. But again, Paris is a great city to be in. We have a very different campus and atmosphere, I would say, in Paris, but it's also quite nice. I gotta say, if you like something more low key, smaller, it's also very nice. And you have a great social life also here in Paris. Let's be honest. But one recommendation that I would have for everyone in general is the numbers are great, and I know that they encourage you to apply. I just would tell you don't be afraid of the numbers, because sometimes you tend to underestimate yourself and tell yourself, "Oh, I'm not good enough for this," or "This is too high." Don't, really don't, and don't be scared of the numbers. Really believe in yourself when you're applying, because that's also a large part of what of the work you're going to have to do. And afterwards, yeah, the school provides you with so many nice opportunities. You are really assisted, so do not be afraid also. And I don't know where the people come from today in our webinar. I cannot guess by the names. So wherever you come from, just so you know, you're not going to be just lost in the middle of nowhere. You're going to have people to help you with whatever you need. So I don't know. Ujwala can talk more about that part maybe because she comes from abroad. But do not be scared just in general of it. And I think that if you decide to apply and you're accepted, you will get overall a great experience. So do not be scared. Oh, and one last thing I would like to add because I didn't mention it earlier. With the students I previously talked about my program, so the energy transition management and energy transitions, do not be afraid of the technicality of the classes. And if you see sometimes not only my program but in general, you can see some subjects or some topics that you might find technical or scary, and I completely understand that. Do not be afraid. This still is a business school. We're not an engineering school, or we're not going to ask you to know astrophysics or nuclear or anything, any of that. So sometimes you see something scary, just so you know it is reachable for your level. So do not be afraid of that aspect. That's what I would have to say.
I
Thanks.
agree with Philippe and Theodore 100%. And I would say, like, the suggestion that I have as an international student is if you have your heart set on coming to emlyon or even generally any school in France, please learn French. I was actually given the same advice by other student ambassadors when I reached out when I was applying, and I did start learning, but I think I maybe could have done a bit more. And after coming here, I realized just how important it is for everyday life, but also because we were talking about employability. Yes, of course, it's Paris, and you will have opportunities in English because it's an international environment, but you will be able to benefit so much more if you know French and you're able to really fully take advantage of all the opportunities that are provided. So I think that is the biggest suggestion or advice I can give anybody who wants to come as an international student.
Thank you so much. Okay, thanks for your testimonials. I think that all the students connected find many inspiration and many interesting points to think about. So Yasmin, if you want to conclude your presentation.
Thank you so much to our students. I totally agree. And to give you some information, actually, if you're enrolled at EM Lyon, you have access to a platform to learn any language you want, including French. It's called Alticia, so you will have free access to it, and it could allow you to improve your French. There's a lot of associations also in Lyon and in Paris. You can reach out to them, and I think Ujwala is right. Actually, it's important for everyday life first. For employability, also, as she said, it's an international environment in Paris. There's a lot of headquarters of international companies. But it's always better to learn 1, 2, or 3 languages, of course. We're an international school. To give you an idea, this year, 40% of our students are international. So it's almost 50%. And we really want to go higher and welcome more international students. Thank you so much to everyone for your testimonials. We are very happy to have you. And it's really interesting, even for me, to hear your feedback, your experiences. So thank you for being with us. And if you have anything to add, please don't hesitate.
Oh, I
You
would
have.
like to add like one last thing because you mentioned UniBuddy, but do not hesitate to reach out to me or to the ambassador of the program, even the ones who weren't here today. They'll gladly help you. And yeah, sometimes you're like, oh, but I don't have any specific questions. You never know what you can find, so don't hesitate because that's very helpful.
Thank you so much, Philip. It's very nice of you. All of our students are very available. This year's ambassadors are very motivated and are always available to answer your questions. You can directly reach out to me. You will have the email address at the end, and you can ask for contacts of the students, and I will gladly send their emails. Of course, they are okay with that, so you can reach out and ask all your questions. Thank you so much. So we can move forward to talk about the application process. This part is very interesting. We will go through all of it. So if you have any questions, write them down and we can answer them at the end. So first of all, to apply, you have to go on the website, on the web page of the program you're interested in. For example, here we have the MSc in International Marketing and Business Development. You always have a button here, candidater in French or apply in English. So you click on this button and you follow the steps. You have to fill out a form with your current degree, your personal informations, and you will receive an email to activate your account. So how it goes, the main steps, the key steps, you submit an online application at the website as I showed you by clicking on the button and following the steps. There is 120 euros of application fee to pay before submitting the application. It actually allows us to check your eligibility. There is an admission team behind that checks document by document. Some people think it's artificial intelligence or robots checking the application, but it's not. It's real people. It's very important to us to check every application individually. That's why there's a fee, and there is some verification time. So when you apply, it takes between 3 and 7 open days to get a response. After that, once the application is validated by the admission team, if you have any missing document and you forget to put a document, it's not a problem. The admission team are here to assist you, so you can provide a perfect application to the jury. So they will probably ask you by email to complete the application or ask you questions. You just have to answer them. Once the application is validated by the admission team, you have to pass the digital test. You have to pass the digital tests. So it is required. It is remote. So for international students, as our ambassador said, it's very practical. You pass them on your computer from your home. Depending on the program you choose, it could be in French or in English. And after that, your application is complete. The jury is gonna check your application. There is a in-depth review of your application and the digital test results. And you will receive a notification by email when the results are available on your maker's board online. If you are admitted to the program, you have 10 days after your admission to sign the registration form and pay the registration fee of 4,500 euros. That will be, of course, deducted from the total tuition fee. It's actually important to allow us to know how many spots remain in every program. And as I said, they will be deducted from the total tuition fee after. So to go more into depth regarding the application process, we have some required documents. We will be needing your CV, resume in English, detailing your experiences, including months. We need your higher education diplomas. If you are currently enrolled, you don't have your diploma yet, for example, in your third year, you have to provide the certificate of enrollment of the current academic year. We will need all signed and stamped higher education transcripts from your bachelor degree, preparatory classes, etc. A valid ID, passport or national identity card, and an official certificate of a valid English test. Depending on the program for the English test, and if you studied 3 years minimum of English classes, no matter the specializations, you are actually exempted from the test. The optional documents, we have a valid management test like the GRE, the GMAT, TAJMASH for French-speaking students. And then letters of recommendations, they are optional, but I would say highly recommended by the program directors. So if you have an academic or professional letter, please include them. It could be a little bonus for your application. For the master in finance and innovation, that's actually the only 2 programs where we need the English test. For the others, it's optional. You will not be penalized if you don't provide it, but it could be a small bonus, as I said, to the application. So we offer actually also scholarships. There is 3 types of scholarship. The first one is the early bird scholarship. This one is unfortunately over for this year, but valid for those who want to join in 2027. When you apply during the first session in October, you will have automatically a 10% scholarship. So for those, as I said, who want to join us next year, not next year, but the one after, if you decide to apply, do it during the first round in October, so you will get the 10%. Then we have the excellence scholarship. As I said, the management test is actually optional, but if you decide to pass it, it could give you access to an excellence scholarship. It's between 5 and 10% based on the results you will get. For example, you have some scores here. For the GMAT, you have to have 595 to get 5%, or 650, sorry, to get a 10%. You have the scores here if you want to take a screenshot, or you will receive the presentation and the replay after. And the good thing is that you can apply, and if you are admitted to the program, you can provide your test results at the latest in August before the intake. So it's actually good. So you can do your application, pass the test after, secure a good score, and get the and we will apply the scholarship in that case. Then we offer what's called the individual scholarship. This one is actually financed by emlyon. It's not a government scholarship. It's based on your profile, not only the financial situation. It could cover 5 to 30% of tuition fee. It's actually a form you have to fill out with your application. There is a special spot to put it. You have to write a small motivation letter explaining why you need this financial help, your motivation to join emlyon, and the jury decides at the same time of your admission if you're admitted or not. And of course, the amount of the scholarship they will grant you. It's communicated at the same time as the admission results. If you need more information, of course, you don't hesitate to write us an email. So we will focus on the digital test, so you can wait to help you prepare for this. So it's actually a selection process with today's digital landscape. A lot of companies and big groups use these methods to recruit their talents. So the duration is approximately 1 hour and a half, between 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. The language will be in English for the programs we presented today. If it's a program in French, the test is in French. Requirements: you need to be alone in a professional attire on a computer with a stable internet connection. It's very important that you put yourself in a professional posture because you will be filmed from the beginning to the end, and it's actually the impression you will give to the jury. So important point on this part. You have to pass them. You have 3 calendar days to pass them once the admission team validates your application and gives you access to these digital tests. So you have 3 days until midnight the 3rd day to pass them. So the first part of the test is actually a professional immersion. We will put you in the shoes of a CEO of a company. You will have access to a platform that looks like this. It's like Teams, a professional platform, messaging platform. You will have colleagues and employees who will be sending you messages. It will be to take a strategic decision for a company. It could be for a client that is unhappy with the service you provided, etc. Different situations that could actually occur in real life. You have to choose from what we offer you, actually, the answer that suits you the best. Regarding the context of the message. During this part, there is no right or wrong answer. It's actually a soft skills test. We test your personality in different situations. There is a second scenario where you are in a meeting with 3G characters, like in the picture, and you have to interact and lead the team meeting. And it's the same, actually. We offer you some responses, and you choose the one that suits you the best. And same, no right or wrong answer, and it's actually to test your personality. The second part of the test is actually some cognitive test, logic test. So you have two types of games, and I would definitely recommend that you prepare for this one before the test. The first is the dominoes test. So you have to find the missing domino from this logic suite of dominoes. You choose from the responses here. And the second game is the mental marbles. So you have a picture, mental balls, we can call them, and you have to guess how many movements to make to go from image 1 to image 2. For example, for this example, which is very, very simple, you have the 3 here, you take the 1 here, and you take the 2 here. So it's 2 movements. There is some resources online where you can practice both of these tests. And if you need the links, of course, don't hesitate to write me, and we can send you both tests. There is some YouTube videos also, I know, about the dominoes that explain how to solve them and how to understand them. So please don't hesitate to look into it before passing the tests. So the last part of this digital test will be the motivation questions. It's actually to convince the admissions panel of your choice of program, career, and sector by answering videos in a written and oral format. You have 3 to 5 filmed videos questions, and you have 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes to answer. So the question is displayed and you start speaking, the camera records you automatically. And then you have a written part. You have 5 minutes on average per questions. We don't ask for you to write a long paragraph. You need to answer precisely to the questions, be precise, as I said. And for this part, the questions will be around your academic background, professional background, your motivation to join the school, why did you choose this sector, why did you choose this program. You can have questions, it's not about general culture, but regarding the sector you will choose. We can ask you questions, for example, we can ask about your opinion of a subject related to the industry you chose. So it's important to prepare at least a little bit, have a well-constructed professional project linked to the program you chose. And again, if you need advice or some tips, you don't hesitate to contact us, and we will be more than happy to give you some tips. That's it for me. You have the email address displayed here, so you can write us an email, and the program advisor of each program will be happy to answer. For my part, I take care of some of our programs, the Global Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program, the Sports Entertainment Lifestyle Program, and the Supply Chain Operations Management Program. And for the others, my colleagues are as nice as me, don't worry. So you can ask directly your questions. Thank you so much for your attention, and we are listening if you have any other questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much for all the useful information. Again, you can take all the information here from the presentation, and then you will receive an email from us in which you will see the recording of this session, but also some more information and email contacts from emlyon Business School. So also if you have any other questions in the meantime, you can write to the team. They're always very kind and available, as Yasmin was mentioning. So you can do all the questions that you want, of course. I see some questions in the box, so I would say we can proceed with the first one. That is from Maria. She's asking, hi, thanks for this webinar. I have a question regarding specialization. Do you recommend choosing a master in general management, or is it better to specialize in sustainability or other areas for job opportunities? I'm currently studying at a bachelor in business and management.
Thank you so much, Maria, for the question. Actually, unfortunately, I cannot decide for you. It depends. It depends if you have a sector, an industry that interests you, I would definitely say choose the specialization from the beginning. So you are focused on one sector, you master it, and you understand all the aspects of it. If you're still hesitating a little bit and you don't know exactly what you want to do, I would definitely say the master in management would be a great option since it covers a lot of topics, and you can choose a specialization after in the second year or third year, depending on, you said you have a bachelor, so it will be a 2-year program. I would say definitely go for the Master in Management. It covers a lot of topics and it gives you a year so you can choose a specialization. We didn't mention it during the presentation, but in the Master in Management, you have a specialization also. There is entrepreneurship, sustainability, supply chain. There's a lot of topics you can cover. You can even choose the courses, elective courses, we call it. So you can do a personalized program as you wish for, covering a lot of topics. So as I said, unfortunately, I cannot decide for you, but if you need more oriented advice, write us an email with your resume and maybe we can look into it and give you some tips or advice.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Another question always from Maria is it easy to find a part-time job as a student also in the meantime? I think while she's studying, if she can do a part-time job, for example, to help paying the bills and other expenses.
Of course. So the scholarships are here to help you also finance a little bit the program, but it doesn't cover 100%. It depends on the program you choose. There are programs who are very intense, that it will be quite challenging to manage workload from the school, the courses, and a part-time job. Some programs are lighter than others. It depends on the one you will be choosing. And actually, send us an email also, and we can give you each program if you can do it or not. We have students doing that. It's not impossible, but it's, I would say, quite challenging. So you have to be prepared. The courses are intense. You have to be up to date. You have exams. You have projects to work on outside the school also. So you meet with fellow students. So I would say it will be challenging, but it depends on the program. There is different degrees.
Thank you. And I also see two similar questions. One is about, I know that you already talked about the admission process, but one is about the possibility to submit a cover letter for the admission.
Yes, it's possible. It's an optional document, but it's always a bonus to your application. If you could do one academic, one professional, it's perfect. If it's one of them, it's also enough. If you can get one academic or one professional, it's great. But I would say at least one.
Okay, thank you. And are there any age limits to do the application for a master?
We don't have any age limit. Actually, everyone is open to apply. It's important that the average, depending on the program, but it's important that there is the professional project is important. We don't look at the age. We have a lot of students doing changing their careers, but I would say it's important that you feel comfortable. Of course, when the average age is less, you have to adapt. It's a different environment, depending on the age, of course. If you're 30, 40, it's not the same when you're 50. But it's you can talk to your program advisor and we can give you the average age in the class so you can see if you're comfortable or not in the class.
Thank you so much. Last question that we have here is about the GMAT, if GMAT is requested for the MIM program.
Yes, the management test is required for the Master in Management, so it's
Okay.
you have to pass them, and in general, students pass them 2, maybe 3 times, so they can get the perfect score. I also saw she asked about the social scholarships.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, the social scholarships, so EQUIS scholarship, it's a French government scholarships, apply only to the Master in Management or the Master program, but not the Master of Science programs. It's different labels. So if you have a social scholarship from EQUIS, it's applicable to the Masters or the Master in Management, but not the MSc.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions for now. So again, if you have any other questions that maybe also pop up in your mind later, you will receive an email. You will receive all the contacts of emlyon Business School. So if you want, you can write directly to them and you will receive for sure the answers. In the meantime, I've shared in the chat the link to get the certificate for this webinar. If you want, you can click on it and request it. And so thank you so much for being here with us today. For me, it was a pleasure to host this webinar, of course. and to hear about many different testimonials and all the educational offer. I don't know if you would like to add something before we say goodbye to the students, Yasmin.
Of course, I just want to thank everyone, the participants that are watching us, and our dear student ambassadors, always available to help. So thank you for being here. Thank you for participating and for answering questions. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a really nice rest of the day. Goodbye.